4 অক্টোবৰ 2024 আমি ডিসকাস কৰিম দিস ফিউ টপিকস ফ্ৰম দি ইণ্ডিয়ান এক্সপ্ৰেছ দ্য হিন্দু আৰু আসাম ট্ৰিবিউন নিউজ পেপাৰ নাও আজিৰ যিকেইটা কাৰেণ্ট এফেয়াৰ্ছ আছে ফৰ এক্সাম্পল আসামিজ দ্য ষ্টেটাছ অফ ক্লাছিকেল লেংগুৱেজ ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে গান্ধী টেগৰ এণ্ড বছ হায়াৰ এডুকেশ্যন চেলেঞ্জেছ ইন আসাম এটচেট্ৰা are important for prelims mains and also for the upcoming APSC interview আমাৰ প্ৰথমটো টপিক হ'ল the classical language status. So, on 3rd October, the classical language status was given to Assamese language along with Marathi, Bengali, Pali, and Prakrit. এতিয়া নতুন পাঁচটা ক্লাছিকেল বা ধ্ৰুপদী ভাষা লৈ আমাৰ এতিয়া টোটাল 11টা হ'ব নাও ইণ্ডিয়াছ ক্লাছিকেল লেংগুৱেজ প্ৰায়ৰ টু দিছ ভাৰতৰ টোটাল 6টা আছিলে ক্লাছিকেল লেংগুৱেজ এটা হ'ল প্ৰথমটো আছিল তামিল দেন তেলেগু মালায়ালাম কানাডা সংস্কৃত আৰু উৰিয়া উৰিয়াক দিয়া হৈছিলে 2014 চনত আৰু তাৰপিছত সেই বছৰে UPSC প্ৰিলিমছত ইয়াৰ ওপৰত কুৱেশ্যন আহিছিলে Tamil was the first to receive classical status followed by Sanskrit in 2005 now criteria কি আছে first to all antiquity the language must have early text or recorded history spanning 1500 to 2000 years next to all literary heritage the language should have a body of ancient literature or text considered valuable heritage by generation of speakers original literary tradition the literary tradition should be original and not borrowed from any other speech community or last to all distinctiveness the classical language and its literature should be distinct from the modern form and there may be a discontinuity between classical language and its later forms or offshoots benefit কি থাকে awards two major annual international awards centers of excellence establishment of a center of excellence for studies in classical language আৰু লগতে academic support the university grants commission is requested to create a certain number of professional chairs for the classical language at least in the central universities now অসমবাসীৰ বাবে খুবেই ভাল খবৰ now ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ 11টা ধ্ৰুপদী ভাষাৰ এটা হ'ল অসমীয়া আৰু লগতে ক্লাছিকেল লেংগুৱেজ ষ্টেটাছ পাবৰ কাৰণে অসমীয়াৰ যিখিনি ক্ৰাইটেৰিয়া আছে আমি সেইখিনি অকণ জনাত দৰকাৰ হ'ব আৰু সেইকেইটা হ'ল চাওঁ দ্য অল্ডেষ্ট চ'ৰ্চ যিহেতু কোৱা হৈছে 1500 বা 2000 চন পুৰণি হ'ব লাগিব এটা হ'ল দ্য ব্ৰাহ্মী স্ক্ৰিপ্ট কোৱা হৈছে যে দ্য অৰিজিনেল ব্ৰাহ্মী স্ক্ৰিপ্ট yet to be ascertained and the prevailing impression is that Emperor Ashoka was the first to use the script but the new research and findings have shown that Brahmi script was in vogue মানে ইউজত আছিলে in ancient Kamrup researcher Ashok Sharma says that a stone inscription is in the present Dinajpur in Bangladesh written in Brahmi established that Brahmi script was in vogue in ancient Kamrup আৰু যেহেতু in the 3rd century BC Dinajpur বাংলাদেশৰ এটা পাৰ্ট হয় সেই আমাৰ এনচিয়েণ্ট কামৰূপৰ পাৰ্ট আছিলে নট দ্য মৰিয়ান কিংডম ডেট মিনছ ব্ৰাহ্মী স্ক্ৰিপ্ট আগৰ পৰা আমাৰ ইয়াতে আছিলে নেক্সট টু হ'ল মহাস্থানগড় ইনস্ক্ৰিপশ্যন দ্য মহাস্থানগড় ব্ৰাহ্মী ইনস্ক্ৰিপশ্যন ইজ এ ফ্ৰেগমেণ্টাৰী ইনস্ক্ৰিপশ্যন ইন ব্ৰাহ্মী কেৰেক্টাৰ ফাউণ্ড এট দ্য মহাস্থান ইন বৰগা ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট অফ বাংলাদেশ অ'কে ইট ইজ ওৱান অফ দ্য আৰ্লিয়েষ্ট এপিগ্ৰাফিক ৰেকৰ্ড ইন বেংগল আৰু ইট ইজ এ স্মল ৰেকৰ্ড অফ 7 লাইনছ ইনচাইজ অন এ চাৰ্কুলাৰ ষ্টোন parts of which are broken আৰু কোৱা হয় যে 13 Assamese words are found in this inscription next to all recent Dhupgiri inscription so recently a discovery of Assamese scripture dating as far as 4th century at Dhupgiri hill near Guwahati আৰু that discussion on the origin of language Assamese it can be one of the oldest languages as many as 10 Assamese alphabets of Brahmi script can be clearly made out from this inscription okay called Dhupgiri Hills. Linguists have been left baffled with sound dating on the inscription to be more than 2400 years old. ইয়াতে আমি পাওঁ কিছুমান আমাৰ পুৰণি কিছুমান আমাৰ অসমীয়া এ ব ম হস্ৰ ৰ ৱ য় হস্ৰ আৰু দন্তীয়া জ অ'কে চ' ডেট মিনছ অসমীয়াৰ বা অসমীয়া ভাষাৰ হিষ্ট্ৰী বহুতেই বেছি পুৰণি হয় So, ইয়াৰে আমাৰ যিটো মানে মেজৰ আমাৰ এটা কণ্ডিশ্যন আছে যে এণ্টিকুইটি দ্য লেংগুৱেজ মাষ্ট হেভ আৰ্লি টেক্সট অৰ ৰেকৰ্ডেড হিষ্ট্ৰী স্পেনিং 1500 to 2000 years ইট গেটছ ফুলফিল্ড ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে ডেফিনেটলি আমাৰ লিটাৰী হেৰিটেজ আছে আমাৰ চৰ্যাপদৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰি শংকৰী যিখিনি আমাৰ কিতাপ আছে তাৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰি Then original literary tradition আমাৰ ইয়াতে আছে আৰু it is also distinct. So all the criteria gets fulfilled. বহুত বেছি ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব আপকামিং APSC prelims, mains আৰু এই বছৰ ইণ্টাৰভিউৰ কাৰণে. The next topic is right to choose date. Recently, the draft guidelines for withdrawal of life support in terminally ill patients was released by Union Health Ministry. Okay. Now, the issue of euthanasia. So, euthanasia is defined as the hastening of death of a patient to prevent further suffering. Type 2 এটা হ'ল active, এটা হ'ল passive. Active euthanasia refers to the physician's deliberate act, usually the administration of a lethal drugs. Okay. There are 3 types of active euthanasia. এটা হ'ল voluntary at patient request, non-voluntary without patient request, আৰু involuntary patient is not in position to give the consent. Then the passive euthanasia refers to the intentional withholding or withdrawal of medical treatments or life-sustaining interventions, allowing the person to die necessarily from their underlying condition. যেনেকৈ stopping treatments like ventilator, feeding tubes, medications, etc. Legality, a 5-bench judge of the Supreme Court in a common cause judgment recognized the person's right to die with dignity. It is said that terminally ill person can opt for passive euthanasia and execute a living will to refuse medical treatment. Court permitted an individual to draft a living will. Or the court recognized the right to die with dignity as fundamental right under Article 21. Okay, but in India, active euthanasia is a crime. So right to choose date, suicide, আগতে আছিলে section 306 আৰু section 309, আৰু later the different judgments. So it will be very important. The next topic is Gandhi, Tagore and Bose. আৰু Gandhi, Tagore আৰু সুভাষ চন্দ্ৰ বসুৰ ওপৰত এই আৰ্টিকেলটো আহিছে দ্য আছাম ট্ৰিবিউন নিউজ পেপাৰ. Okay. So Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore, they had a relationship of mutual respect and intellectual engagement. The relationship began with a mutual respect and marked by their first meeting in 1915. Gandhi suggested practical changes to Tagore's Santiniketan educational philosophy, which Tagore agreed. But they also have some ideological differences. Despite their collaboration, it was not without friction. Tagore expressed concern about Gandhi's non-cooperation movement, fearing chaos rather than constructive progress. The mutual respect endured through these agreements. Tagore supported Gandhi during the fast, and Gandhi's financial support for Tagore's Vistawar University demonstrated their deep bond. Okay. Aru Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose, it's a complex relationship of admiration and divergence. Initial counter was in 1921, which was pivotal, with Bose deeply impressed with Gandhi's leadership. Gandhi in turn appreciated Bose's passion for the national cause. Ideological differences, yes, definitely. Bose was critical of Gandhi's decision to halt the non-cooperation movement and his more moderate approach. Their differing visions for India's political future led to the tensions. Bose's election as president of the Indian National Congress in 1938 further strained their relationship. Despite this conflict, Gandhi and Bose maintained a relationship rooted in the mutual respect. Or Gandhi acknowledged Bose's dedication and revolutionary favor, while Bose admired Gandhi's unparalleled contribution to the freedom struggle. Means are kind of important, GS1 are kind of important mainly. Now, higher education challenges in Assam. After the NEP, coming of NEP 2020, our education system, there are certain changes coming up. But there are also some challenges in Assam, যিখিনি আমি এড্ৰেছ কৰিব লাগিব. কি আছে? এটা হ'ল ইনএডিকুৱেট ইনফ্ৰাষ্ট্ৰাকচাৰ, লাইব্ৰেৰী হওক, লাইব্ৰেৰী হওক, লেবৰেটৰী হওক, প্ৰপাৰ ক্লাছৰুম হওক, ডিজিটেল ক্লাছৰুম, এটচেট্ৰা. Faculty shortage in the higher education. Outdated curriculum. Skill যিখিনি লাগে আমাৰ ফৰ দ্য ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰি ষ্টেণ্ডাৰ্ড, সেইখিনি আমাৰ এতিয়াও অহা নাই. Access barrier. Marginalized communities of economically disadvantaged students face financial constraints. Language barrier, linguistic diversity, socio-political factors, limited research and innovation, আৰু digital divide, inadequate digital infrastructure. Now, how to solve this? এটা হ'ল, there should be investment in the infrastructure. Substantial investment will be needed. আমাৰ গাঁও অঞ্চলত ডিজিটেল বোৰ্ড এটচেট্ৰা বহাবৰ কাৰণে. Faculty development and training, curriculum reform, financial assistance for the students and also for the faculties for their research. Outreach program, inclusive language policies, digital infrastructure program, etc. So higher education কাৰণে আমাৰ GS2 আৰু GS5 পেপাৰ এই কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব. Caste bias. Supreme Court declared caste-based discrimination in prisons unconstitutional, ordering immediate reforms in jail manuals. Now, what specific caste-based practices in prison manuals were deemed unconstitutional? The work assignments based on caste. The assignment of menial tasks like cleaning and sweeping to marginalized caste, etc., are unconstitutional. It violates Article 14, Article 15. Next to whole caste-based classification of the labor. So, yate amar it's a kind of untouchability which is abolished under Article 17. References to scavenger class. Reference to specific classes scavenger was condemned as reinforcing caste stereotypes under Article 17, and hence it should be abolished. Or assignment to hazardous tasks, etc. So, আমি ৰিচেণ্টলি আমি দুদিন আগতে পঢ়িছোঁ যে আমাৰ যিখিনি আমাৰ মেনুৱেল স্কেভেঞ্জাৰ্ছ এটচেট্ৰা তাৰ 92% আৰ ফ্ৰম OBC, SC and ST. So, দিছ ইজ দ্য চিমিলাৰ লাইনত ছেকেণ্ড আৰ্টিকল হয় আৰু মেইনছৰ কাৰণে সেইকাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব। লগতে what are the actions mandated by Supreme Court? এটা হ'ল ৰিফৰ্ম ইন prison manuals. Union government is required to update the Model Prison Manual 2016. Removal of caste-based work assignment, prohibition of hazardous work, arrest guidelines for the one who is not going through this. Next to whole compliance oversight. Okay, the courts call for strict adherence to guidelines. Ernest Kumar versus State of Bihar and Amanatullah Khan judgment to prevent arbitrary arrest of denotified tribe members. Okay, and compliance oversight. The next topic is religious freedom. Recently, U.S. Commission for International Religious Freedom flagged growing concerns over religious freedom violations in India, calling the country to be labeled as country of particular concern. Now, allegations of misinformation and violence. The report cites the use of misinformation, disinformation, and the hate speech. Then, designation as country of particular concern are yet next to whole. Documented evidence in 2024. The report highlights incidents in 2024 where individuals were killed, beaten, or lynched. Historical feature denial, criticism of India's legal framework, etc. Our GS to GST kind of important hobo. Next topic is agriculture scheme rationalization. All agri-sector initiatives brought under two new schemes. The Union government approved the rationalization of all centrally sponsored schemes under Ministry of Agriculture under two umbrella schemes. Eta hol Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, a cafeteria scheme aimed at promoting sustainable agriculture. Next to whole 𝐓𝐶 Yojana focusing on food security and agriculture self-sufficiency. Yare ভিতৰত Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. It aimed at promoting sustainable agriculture. Keneke by soil health management, rain-fed area development, agroforestry, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, that means organic farming, agriculture mechanization, crop diversification, etc. 𝐓𝐶 Yojana focus on food security and agriculture self-sufficiency. So, সেইকাৰণে ইয়াত আমাৰ প্ৰেক্টিছবোৰৰ ওপৰত আকৌ আহি যাব। তো আমাৰ মিলেট মিছন এটচেট্ৰা দেন এইম আমাৰ দৰকাৰ কি হৈছিল ৰেচনেলাইজেশ্যন টু মেক দ্য স্কিমছ মোৰ এফিচিয়েণ্ট এলাইন উইথ ষ্টেট স্পেচিফিক নিডছ। নেক্সটটো হ'ল মিছন মোড ইনিচিয়েটিভ। চাম স্কিমছ হেভ বিন এলিভেটেড টু মিছন মোড, যেনেকৈ নেশ্যনেল মিছন ফৰ এডিবল অইল পাম, ক্লিন প্লেণ্ট প্ৰগ্ৰাম আৰু ডিজিটেল এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ এণ্ড নেশ্যনেল মিছন ফৰ এডিবল অইল চিডছ আৰু মিছন Organic Value Chain Development for Northeastern Regions. Okay. Objective to avoid duplication and ensures convergence. States can relocate funds within the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. States are encouraged to prepare comprehensive agricultural plans as per their need. Tackle challenges like nutrition and annual action plans for the states. The next topic is the status of Swachh Bharat mission. Ki koise over 10 crore toilets constructed. Our Prime Minister declared 6 lakh villages open defecation free on October 2009. Urban India, except for cities in West Bengal, was announced ODF in December 2019 by Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry. 66 lakh toilets were constructed against target of 59 lakh. Logote budget total release kora hoisile 57,400 crore plus. আৰু আৰবানৰ কাৰণে আছিলে 52,000 crore. লগতে ODF প্লাছ মিনছ ODFৰ লগতে লিকুইড ৱেষ্ট মেনেজমেণ্ট। ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে আন ভালেখিনি ডাটা আছে, যেনেকৈ এটা হ'ল হেল্থৰ কাৰণে পাৰ হাউচ হোল্ড এৰাউণ্ড 50,000 বেনিফিটছ। SBM 2.0 কেবিনেট ক্লিয়াৰ্ড স্পেণ্ডিং অফ 1.4 lakh crore from 2020 to 2025. Okay. য'ৰ ভিতৰত আছিলে ড্ৰিংকিং ৱাটাৰ চেনিটেশ্যন ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট আৰু তেওঁলোকৰ আণ্ডাৰত আছিলে মোৰ দেন 50,000 crore। লগতে অল 2400 লিগেচি লেণ্ডফিল্ডছ ইন চিটিজ উইল টু বি ক্লিয়াৰ্ড বাই 25-26। চ' তাৰ পৰা আমাৰ ৱেষ্ট মেনেজমেণ্ট আৰু ভাল হ'ব। আৰু এজ পাৰ দ্য ডেছবৰ্ড 97% অফ দ্য মিউনিচিপল ৱাৰ্ডছ হেভ ড'ৰ টু ড'ৰ collection of waste and 90% of them have 100% segregation at source. So Swachh Bharat Mission 10 বছৰ হৈছে, তো ইণ্টাৰভিউ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব পাৰে। These are the various data. Next topic is functionality and essentiality tests. The Supreme Court recently laid down functionality and essentiality tests for the input tax credit eligibility under goods and services tax credit. কি হয়? The input tax credit for real estate sector. Supreme Court said that the real estate can claim ITC on construction cost for commercial buildings used for renting or leasing purposes under the functionality and essentiality test. ITC was not allowed on movable property construction earlier. Clarification on plant and machinery category. The court clarified that if the construction of a building is essential for providing services like leasing, renting, the building may fall under the category of plant and machinery. ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে আমাৰ ফাংচনেল টেষ্ট কি হয়? ইট উইল ইভালুৱেট ৱেডাৰ দ্য বিল্ডিং প্লেছ এ ৰোল ইন দ্য ছাপ্লাই অফ ছাৰ্ভিচেছ। এইখিনিটো এটা ফাংচন অফ প্লেণ্ট এণ্ড মেচিনাৰী। এণ্ড হোৱাট ইজ এছেঞ্চিয়েলিটি টেষ্ট? Supreme Court said that procurement of goods or services must be directly essential to business operation. তাত আমাৰ এছেঞ্চিয়েল টেষ্ট মানে কি হ'ব? যিটো বিজনেছ থাকিব তাৰ লগত ডাইৰেক্টলি ইয়াতে ইমপ্লয়েড হ'ব লাগিব। আৰু ফাংচনেল টেষ্ট কি হ'ব? এইটো ইভালুৱেট কৰিব যে ৱেডাৰ দ্য বিল্ডিং ঘৰটো willing to place a role in the supply of services. Now, input tax কি হয়? It's a functional element of GST system. Allows business to claim credit for taxes paid on inputs used in the business. আৰু reversal input tax কি হয়? Reversal of ITC means the input tax credit one had claimed earlier is cancelled and the amount is added to his tax liability. And these are the condition. Non-payment of invoices within 180 days, credit note issued by ISD by seller, partially used business inputs, etc. So আমাৰ মেইনছৰ কাৰণে বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয় ফাংচনেলিটি এণ্ড এছেঞ্চিয়েলিটি টেষ্ট। The next topic is RBI paper, farmers earning. Recently, RBI released a working paper titled Price Dynamics and Value Chain of Fruits in India. আৰু ইয়াত কি দেখুওৱা হৈছে যে there are certain facts যে farmers earn less than 40% of price paid for fruits and vegetables. আৰু the middlemen and the retailers profiteering in fruits and valuables and other vegetables. During the periods of high inflation, middlemen and retailers have captured a significant portion of the price paid by consumers for fruits and vegetables. আৰু যদি আমি চাওঁ farmers share in the dairy and poultry. In the case of milk, farmers earn 70% of consumer rupee. Eggsৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত farmers earn 75% of consumer rupee. Poultryত farmers and agriculture together receive 56% of consumer rupee. Farmers earning from the fruits. The working paper reveals that farmers receive a low share of the consumer rupee. Banana can only 31%, grapes can 35%, mango can 43%. For pulses, farmers share in the case of pulses and just a larger portion of consumer rupee, 75% to 65%. In case of vegetables, it varies. Tomato can 33%, onion 36%, potato 37%. So, যিখিনি প্ৰাইচ তেওঁলোকে পাব লাগে তাতকৈ বহুতখিনি কম পায় as per the recent RBI study. So, we need to address this problem and so that the farmers get the most of the benefit for their sustainability and for betterment of the agricultural practices. The next topic is OPEC, OPEC plus and the crisis. OPEC ki hoy is a permanent intergovernmental organization of oil exporting countries to coordinate and unify petroleum policy of its member countries and ensure stabilization of the oil prices. It was founded in Baghdad, Iraq, with the signing of agreement in 1965 by 5 countries, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. Currently, 12 countries আছে, Algeria, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Libya, Nigeria, UAE, and headquarters Vienna, Austria. Whereas OPEC plus ki hoy, it's a group of oil exporting countries which meets regularly to decide how much crude oil to sell on the world market. Okay, OPEC plus controls 40% of the global oil supply. Our members here, OPEC members, 12 members plus Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Brunei, Kazakhstan, Russia, Mexico, Malaysia, South Sudan, and Oman. Prelims can our khube important hobo. Now recent crisis, The implications of the Israel-Iran conflict, এটা হ'ল disruption of the trade routes. Okay, so the region য'ত আমাৰ এই কনফ্লিক্টখিনি হৈছে, there is near to the Red Sea, Suez Canal, etc. Right? So Red Sea, Suez Canal routes are very vital. Economic impact on the exports, escalation of the conflict has affected the Indian exports. Rising shipping costs, IMEC, India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, যিটো G20 সময়ত লঞ্চ কৰা হৈছিলে, so there are certain barriers. Impact on the crude oil prices, so spikes in the oil prices affects Indian markets. Oiler দাম বঢ়াৰ লগালগ আমাৰ ট্ৰান্সপৰ্টেশ্যন কষ্ট বাঢ়িব লগালগ আমাৰ ভেজিটেবলছ এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ তাৰ দামটো বাঢ়িব আৰম্ভ কৰিব. Gold has as a safe havens আৰু logistics challenges. So OPEC, OPEC plus আৰু recent crisis important for means. India and the West Asia. So India has high stakes in West Asian region. Yes, definitely. আৰু recent escalation of the tensions following assassination of the leaders has spurred US and other regional powers to step up diplomacy to prevent all-out war. India faces a foreign policy dilemma. Now, India's stakes is at all energy security. So India depends upon this region for 2/3 of their energy need. Diaspora and remittances, there are around 8 to 9 million Indians in the West Asia. Strategic importance, are India's foreign policy at a keyhole, extended neighborhood. India considers the Gulf region as the part of its extended neighborhood. Iran has been defined as part of India's proximate neighborhood. Important. Look West policy adopted in 2005 to deepen cooperation with West Asian countries. Policy of de-hyphenation or policy of jot vis-a-vis relation with Israel and Palestine. Can India act as mediator? India maintains strong strategic and economic ties with both Israel and Iran, allowing it to communicate with the both parties. These balanced relationship positions is very cardinal to India's neutral mediator. India's stature on the global stage is rising, and its history of non-alignment and support for peaceful dialogue gives it the credibility. So definitely India is at a center for as a mediator. So interview kind of important hope. The last one is the factual. UK to return Sagos Island to Mauritius. Some important yet factual data hold Diego Garcia. Okay, it's a part of Sagos archipelago and the British India Ocean Territory. So for the first time 50 years, the status of the base will be undisputed and legally secured, following agreement between UK and Mauritius. Okay. Next to hold Prespa Lake on Albanian Greek border slowly dying. Previously, you put another question. Our last to hold Indian gore. So seal was one species. Manas National Park, Raimona, Dehing Patkai, Nampur Doirung, around Sangat Poza, habitat evergreen or deciduous forest, traits, habitat loss or fragmentation. This is all about today's current affairs.